Papa Francesco, on behalf of this very distinguished group, representatives of the Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, Sikh, Native American, Jewish, Islamic, and Christian communities of New York City, our civic and public officials, and the board of the September 11th Memorial Foundation, I renew to you our welcome and our joy at your visit. Welcome, Holy Father. Now, I can tell you, Papa Francesco, we in New York are sinners. We are sinners. We have many flaws. We make many mistakes. But one of the things we do very well is sincere and fruitful interreligious friendship. Our ancestors came here for religious freedom, and they found in New York City an atmosphere of respect and appreciation for religious diversity, about which you just spoke at the United Nations. We, who have the honor of pastoring our people, we work together, we pray together, we meet together, we talk to one another, and we try to serve as one the city we are proud to call our earthly home, while awaiting our true and eternal residence in heaven. So very often do we recall the faith of the psalmist, God is in the midst of the city. And your prayer and your presence and your words this morning inspire us. So thank you for being here.
You may be seated. In this place, where horrendous violence was committed falsely in the name of God, we, representatives of the world religions in this great city of New York, gather to offer words of comfort and prayer. With love and affection, we recall the victims of the 9/11 attacks. We pray that their souls and the souls of all those first responders are forever remembered for an eternal blessing. Today and every day, may we understand our shared mission to be, in the words of Pope Francis, a field hospital after battle, to heal the wounds and warm the hearts of a humanity in so desperate need of comfort.
Intolerance and ignorance fueled those who attacked this place. The courage of today's gathering distinguishes us from the opponents of religious freedom as we stand together as brothers and sisters to condemn their horrific acts of violence and honor each life that was lost unconditionally. As we read in the Quran that one life lost is like all mankind and one life saved is like all mankind. To God, all life is sacred and precious. Where others fail, let us be the peaceful reminders of that notion to his creation.
The book of Psalms teaches us that we should be Ohev Shalom Verodef Shalom. We should love peace and we should pursue peace. Let us honor those killed in this place by becoming, in the words of St. Francis, instruments of peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy.
Men and women from all walks of life ran to this place in hopes of saving lives. The sole intent of those first responders was the protection of others. regardless of the cost to them as individuals. As the worst of humanity sought to take life, they exemplified the best of humanity through their selflessness, willing to give their entire life in hopes of saving another. Their story is one that each of us should carry forward with us, both in thought and in action, as we move forward from this place. The Quran declares that Allah is with those who are righteous and those who are good. Let us embody their unconditional love, their continued strength, their unwavering hope, and their pursuit of good as we seek to build a much-needed peace.
So let us learn to share this big apple we all call home, in all of its diversity and all of its flavor. Through friendship and dialogue, may the timbre and tonality of each of our faith traditions be heard in this great symphony of our city and nation. On this, the historic anniversary of Nostra Aetate, let us celebrate, affirm, and build on our shared commitment to interreligious dialogue. In the words of Pope Francis, may we respect and love one another as brothers and sisters. May we learn to understand the sufferings of others. May we live to see the day, as envisioned by the prophet Micah, V'yashvu ish tachat gafno v'tachat teinato v'ein macharid. Everyone will sit under their own vine and under their own fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid, for the Lord Almighty has spoken.
The Quran states, O mankind, we have created you from a male and a female and made you into nations and tribes so that you might know one another. We have gathered here today as men and women who seek to meet ignorance with understanding. Through our knowing of each other today, let us move beyond a mere toleration of our differences and work towards a much-needed celebration of them. Let us be bold enough to build partnerships with new friends and allies, and together be the reason that people have hope in this world, and not the reason that people dread it.
Please rise.
O God of love, compassion, and healing, look on us, people of many different faith and religious traditions, who gather today in this hallowed ground, the scene of unspeakable violence and pain. We ask you, your goodness, to give eternal light and peace to all who died here, the heroic first responders, our firefighters, police officers, emergency service workers, and Port Authority personnel, along with all the innocent men and women who were victims of this tragedy simply because their work or service brought them here on September 11. We ask you, your compassion, to bring healing to those who, because of their presence here 14 years ago, continue to suffer from injuries and illness. Heal too the pain of Tilgriffen's families and who lost loved ones in this tragedy. Give them strength to continue their lives with courage and hope. we are mindful as well of those who suffer death, injury, and loss on the same day at the Pentagon and in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Our hearts are one with theirs as our prayer embrace their pain and suffering. God of peace, bring your peace to our violent world. Peace in the hearts of all men and women, and peace among the nations of the earth. Turn to your way of love those whose hearts and minds are consumed with hatred and who justify killing in the name of religion. God of understanding, overwhelmed by the magnitude of this tragedy, we seek your light and guidance as we confront such terrible events. Grant that those whose lives were spared might live so that the lives lost here might not have been lost in vain. Comfort and console us, strengthen us in hope, and give us the wisdom and courage to work tirelessly for a world where true peace and love reign among nations and in the hearts of all.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your seats.